I started my career as a magician, working as a professional magician after following Gary Vaynerchuk's advice on hustle, hard work, grinding, and making content. I ran a YouTube channel with over 26,000 subscribers, but unfortunately, ultimately, it failed. Here is my story. The topic of this video is actually should you follow passion, and that is what I'm going to answer in this video, because I'm one guy who followed passion. I hustle, I grind, I make content, but it failed, and that is the story which I'm going to share with you today. Everything I'm going to talk about in this video is backed up with proof, which you can go and check it out. No bullshit, no strings attached. But before I tell you the story and before I tell you what lessons I learned from the failed career, I want to tell you that I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not saying this to defend myself. I'm actually a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk, and to be honest, if I have to recommend one guru, one online guru, it will definitely be Gary Vaynerchuk, because I love his concept of happiness, that he defined happiness is success and success is happiness. But his idea on finding a passion, hustling, and making content will make you successful is not something I agree on, because I think there is one element which is missing with that. I'm not saying hustling is the wrong thing. You have to hustle, you have to grind, you have to make content, but there's one very important thing which he is missing. This thing is so important that if it's not there, there will be no success at all. That is the reason why I created this video. So if you are a magician like me, or a musician, a dancer, a sports person, an athlete, or whatever, I want you to watch this video, because following your passion doesn't necessarily mean success. It could be something you regret in the future. So no matter what your passion is, watch this video and learn what I learned by following my passion and then ultimately failing in it. It all began 8 years ago. I was a curious kid, and I fell in love with the art of magic. And so I started practicing magic. So in 2016, me and my best friend decided to make a career out of magic. We start hustling, we start grinding, we created a Facebook page known as King Illusionist. So if you want to check what I'm talking about in this video is real or not, you can go to the page and check it out. We start making content with our phone. We go street to street, day and night, filming content, shooting content, making video, and uploading. We reach out to many big Facebook pages requesting them to post our videos to promote our page. After a lot of hustling, after a lot of grinding, things do work. And you know what? We started getting calls, we started getting shows. And in few months, we were doing shows all over the place, in the town, in the city we live in. Right after the Facebook page, we decided to move on YouTube. And we created a YouTube channel by the same name, King Illusionist, which you can go and check it out. We continue the hustle, we continue the grinding. Everything went smooth. At some of our shows, 3 magicians will perform together. Sometimes me and my best friend will perform as a duo. Sometimes I alone perform myself. We even do public stunts like levitation, which you can check it out in our YouTube channel. We were in public TV. I was in a newspaper, which you can check it out in my Instagram. After all of that, after all of the shows, after all of the things that happened, I decided to quit. And I quit. Why, you may ask? And the reason for that is because I take a moment in my life to think, to ask myself a question. Is this really long term? Because I realized it wasn't long term, it was just some short term success which will give me regret in the future. Most people in this place earn less than $10 a day, so I was paid around $20 to $30 per show. And that is one of the main reasons I decided to quit. The first question I asked myself was, is it sustainable? To which it is an obvious no. What if the coronavirus took place during the days where I was working as a magician? What if there was a pandemic? What if there was an outbreak? There was no backup. You may ask, what happened to your YouTube channel? Doesn't it make you any money? Okay, my friend, things are different. For an entertainment niche with Indian viewers, the ad revenue was so low that I was making $1 every 10,000 views, which means for 1,000 views I got paid 0.1 cents. The next reason is that my family, my mom was worried about me because I didn't have a secure job. Nothing was secure. I was just doing shows, making $20-$30 a show, which was not enough. Let's be honest, how can you be happy when you can't even make your family proud, when your family worries about you? The next thing I think about is, how do I actually retire? There was no way to retire because there was no saving at all. I was making very minimum money. And so back in 2018, I transitioned from magic to business, and now I'm here making more money, having more money, and I'm much more happier. If I had continued my magic career, I would have been broke, I would have been less happy, I would have been depressed, and I wouldn't be making this video right here. I recently made a video where I talk about how I went from $0 to actually making decent money online in my YouTube channel, which you can check it out. Forget about me following my passion and making $20, $30 or so. Even those artists, even those sports musicians, those rappers making millions of dollars in their career went broke and bankrupt. Even Mike Tyson, who I'm a big fan of, went from $400 million in his prime to bankruptcy. Not just him, most of the athletes, the rappers, the artists went broke and bankrupt. The reason for that is because they don't know the art, the language, the rules of money. If you are watching this video, I recommend you to at least understand the basics of money, to understand the difference between assets and liabilities, which you can find more details in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I also recommend you to read the book Think and Grow Rich. By any means, I'm not saying Gary Vaynerchuk is wrong. I just want to say that he has one element missing in his advice, and that is the element of right market. The reason why I failed is because the market was wrong. In this place where people make less than $10 a day, working as an entertainer is not the right thing to do. Even though I was good at it, even though I was hustling, even though I was grinding, even though I was making content, it wasn't the right market. But still, what I want to say, the point I want to make is that the market is very important. Just hustling, grinding, making content, not knowing exactly what you're doing, not knowing the market, will actually make you fail in the long term, even though it seems successful in the short term. Imagine if I've continued my career as a magician, I'd be broke, I will have less money, my mom will still be worried, which of course I make her proud now. I pay for her, I pay for my family, I pay the bills, which I'm proud of myself, to be honest. Okay, so now the main part. Should we follow passion? Some of the persons, some of the celebrities which you admire and which you look up to, they may tell you that success is all about following your passion. But there's one thing which you should understand, and the thing is that only 1% of the people who follow their passion actually succeed. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how much guts you have. It doesn't matter how hard you hustle. At the end of the day, the market dictates. My friend, you can't sell comb to the Shaolin Temple, where there are Chinese monks who have no hair. So the ultimate question, should you follow your passion? If I have to answer, I will say that if you know the market, if you understand the market, if you know what you're doing, do it, follow it. But if you have no idea, if you are blindly following your passion, hustling blindly, right, doing things without knowing anything, just blindly for the sake of hard work, then there is a 99.9% chance that you will fail. I mean it, man. So you may ask, will you still do magic? Do you think that magic will pay you somewhere in the future? My answer is, I'm still doing magic. Not in the sense that I'm available to be hired for someone's birthday or something, but still I'm doing magic every single day. Whenever I meet a new friend, whenever someone comes to me and asks me to do something, of course I do. But that's for my own happiness, not for the sake of $20 or $30. But for money, I have no idea if magic will pay me anywhere in the future. But my goal in life is actually to travel the world and do magic and make blogs, make content. And the cool part about being an online entrepreneur is that no matter where you are in this world, you can still run your business, right? That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the message. If you like what I said, please drop a like. If you disagree to anything, please dislike. I don't even care. Once again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have a great life. Thank you for watching, listening to this 19-year-old kid talking about finance, talking about life, and bye. Peace.